My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid, my mom too. And I ended up here. Sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the oasis.
All right, and we are here at the Cinemark IMAX here in Colorado Springs. Welcome to Super Dave Raines and the Big Show on location for a very special premiere tonight, Ready Player One, directed by Steven Spielberg. He's come out of, what would you say, semi-retirement, Rio?
Oh my God, it's been forever since I've seen the directorship from him, so I'm excited. Yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Super Dave Raines. I'm here with my good buddy Rio, and we've got Chase Sexton from Big Show Q Branch behind the camera, and we're going to talk to him a little bit later since he did read the book Ready Player One by Ernest Clines.
I need to read it. Definitely gotta read it.
I did too. I went through 101 questions and answers on Ready Player One today. Kind of a little crash course. So I think I know a little stuff. He's normally behind the camera. He is the director of Big Show Q Branch, and actually one of us that has actually read the book by Ernest Clines, Ready Player One. Please welcome to the show, Chase Sexton. Chase.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Super Dave Raines and the Big Show.
Yeah, good to be in front of this part of the camera.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Want to give a big shout out to Dom, who's down in Phoenix for Phoenix Lights. So
right.
Make sure you watch Ben After Dark to follow Phoenix Lights, just like we followed Ultra Miami this past weekend. So, Chase, tell us about Ready Player One, the book, the movie, the video games, for someone who really doesn't know a whole lot. I took the crash course this afternoon, but I haven't read the book.
Okay, well, the book's great. And, you know, the books are always different than the movies. But really, it's about this kid who doesn't have that very good of a home life, a very personal life. And so to escape that, he goes into this virtual world that everybody in the world is playing. Everybody has some VR rig that they put on.
Right.
And they just use it to escape reality because it's a horrible, horrible world out there, supposedly.
Right.
And so using this, he goes to school, he learns new things, and eventually things start happening where there is a big contest. And so he decides, I'm going to win this contest. I'm going to eventually own this entire system, this virtual world that everybody is growing up in. So with all of that, he goes through the trials and tribulations that a movie would go through. And it's really cool to see because it just gives a different take on, well, what would happen if there was a virtual world where everyone escaped to? You know, would they want to come back or would they want to stay in there for their entire lives?
Right. Let me ask you, Rio, this is a movie about pop culture. And from what I'm hearing, it's a good melding of the old with the current. So do you expect to see an overload, or will people be able to catch everything, all the different Easter eggs in this movie? What are you expecting on that question?
I honestly feel like no one person is going to be able to catch everything. Just from the trailer alone, like, I felt overwhelmed with all that nostalgic feel that I got. The characters from like say the 70s and 80s all the way up to now, and I was like, oh my god! And when I saw Iron Giant, I was like, oh my god, this is in the movie. I got to see this now. So they'll get overwhelmed, I think.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of Iron Giant, which I believe is voiced by Vin Diesel.
Diesel's first role in a movie, from what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I also heard they tried to get the robot it's from Japanese anime. Do you know what that is all about?
I'm not sure. I have no clue. I've not heard anything about that one. Okay.
I'm curious too. I should have wrote that down, but I think they couldn't get the rights, and that was the reason why they went ahead with the Iron Giant, which probably makes a lot more sense because people, kind of know who the Iron Giant is, and it's a lot more familiar. So, how do you think that the book is going to relate to the big screen?
I don't know if it's going to be very close. There's a few Easter eggs in the movie that weren't in the book, and I'm sure there's quite a few bits in the book that's not going to be in the movie.
Right.
But I feel like as separate entities with the same story, they're going to do great.
Right.
Still, the book was fantastic, and I'm way excited to see this movie.
Right. Well, let me ask you the same thing I asked Rio. This is a movie about pop culture, and of course we love pop culture on Super Dave Reigns of the Big Show. That's really what we're all about, and then the entire network. I heard this is a really good meshing of the old with the new. Do you feel like that the movie is going to be too much overload for people? Too much going on. Will they be able to follow it at full speed? I guess that's what I'm asking.
So I think it's something that now culture-wise we've heard a lot of stories about, and there's a lot of people out there who are reviewing this kind of stuff.
Right.
And they're doing studies about it, and games affecting people, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think people will be able to follow it. It's going to be a smooth story as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well, that this is a really good story. I mean, we haven't had much luck with video game movies, although I will say I really love Jumanji.
People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything.
Chase, how many characters do you think we're going to see?
Wow, there was a lot of them in the trailer. Like, we had the Iron Giant, we saw a Tron bike, we saw the DeLorean, Tracer from Overwatch,
Right.
Evangelion, and Gundam. And I think that's... Yeah. I'm super excited for the giant robot fights in this one.
Are you willing to fight?
I think that hasn't even touched the surface. I know there's going to be characters in the background that you're going to have to really look for, and there's going to be some that just swipe by the screen when you're not looking. And you're like, oh, I didn't see that before.
Yeah. Speaking of characters, I heard that Lara Croft is going to be in this quite a bit.
No way. Really?
Yeah. That's I peeped out the trailer. I also saw is it Akira?
Akira from...
It's a anime.
Akira. Doesn't ring a bell. I might know it. I might just not be bringing it up right now.
Okay, I just noticed what I've seen so far, and I also heard that Gandalf is in there somewhere.
Oh, that can't be true. That can't be true.
That's what I've been doing my 101 facts about Ready Player One, and that's what I heard. But wow, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna be able to catch them all. I think there's gonna be some things missed.
I'm gonna try and keep a tally mark, like maybe a little notebook, how many times I see something during the movie. There's gotta be hundreds, probably.
Right, and I agree. And there'll probably be some in there that, like myself, I may not have, I'm not a big video gamer, so there's some that the newer ones I might not recognize.
Uh-huh.
So, but all the old ones I definitely will.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to see them all mashed together in a big movie like this.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they got all the rights to all these characters, but it's cool.
Yeah, and I heard there's some they didn't get the rights to, but I think that's okay. I think you're going to see really a fantastic movie, and I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm glad you could join us tonight. Let me ask you about a couple more movies while I have you here. Avengers Infinity War.
I'm very excited. Personally, I feel like there's not enough characters in the movie, or not going to be enough characters in the movie, but I'm still excited.
Really? A lot of people are saying there might be too much. How?
Oh, no.
Who would you add in?
I mean, just from being a comic book fan, in which there's a lot of us out there.
Right.
Like, we're all like, hey, this character's not in. For example, Silver Surfer is not going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
He's a key player in the Infinity War.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's something, or a character that should be in the movie.
Right.
So that's just one of them, and he's a key player. So
Right.
I mean, there's others that I can't name off the top of my head right now because you put me on the spot. But
I kind of do that.
just know that there are still many other characters that are not going to be in this movie that should be there.
Right. Well, let me ask you about one that I'm very curious about, and what I understand is very key to the Infinity Wars, and that's Adam Warlock. Can you tell us about Adam Warlock?
I love that we're actually going to finally see Adam Warlock in a movie / whatever TV show environment. Underrated character, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm hoping he actually blows our minds just like Guardians did.
Right.
Other than that, I'm hoping they surprise us, that it's not like the comics,
Right.
but that they do their little movie director twist with their screenwriting, and they just surprise the crap out of us.
Right. Wow. I tell you, are you surprised? I know I am at what Black Panther has done. It's the highest grossing superhero movie domestically of all time. Are you shocked at that?
Oh, I was blown away. I didn't expect it to be that big, and it is and was, Yeah. So great job for the studio, the director. Don't get me wrong, like the movie has some issues,
Right.
like every movie that's been put out, but still, like it broke records.
Yeah. It's really unbelievable. It's really mind-blowing. Do you believe that Marvel moved up the release date for Avengers Infinity War because of Black Panther?
I honestly don't know, but if I remember being online and seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
Love you, Rock.
his video said, "We moved our date forward because Marvel moved their date forward."
Right. Oh, you're talking
For
about
Rampage.
Rampage, yeah. Right.
You got another one of your little science experiments running around.
What do you mean another one? Of course, the wolf flies.
So,
Right.
and when you asked me that question, automatically that came to mind. So I was
Yeah.
like, "The Rock, you're cool," but great,
Yeah.
great laughter, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyways, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what their motive or why the scheming or what's going on. I don't know,
Okay.
but I'm curious.
Me too. One more question, bonus question.
Bonus round.
Since we're in front of the Solo, a Star Wars movie set here, our cardboard cutout, great backstop for the show tonight.
Yes, it is.
Let me ask you about Solo.
I'm excited. I know a lot of people I heard online and even in person were like, "I'm not sure about this movie.
Right.
We're not sure about that actor." But the fact that you got, I forgot his name. He's playing Billy D's character.
Donald Glover Jr.
Donald Glover. Yeah. Him being in the movie playing, Lando.
Yeah.
I was hyped.
Yeah.
I saw that trailer. I was like, that's got to be Lando.
Yeah,
And I was hyped. But
Yeah, I
I'm
mean-
excited. Great cast.
Yeah, it is a good cast.
Great
Let's hope
cast.
they can pull it off.
Oh, heck yeah.
They have a high bar since Rogue One was so awesome. And folks, Last Jedi was just a little bit of a disappointment. a little
Across
bit.
the board, I think that's true.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity, I think. So, Chase, Thanks for coming on Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show. It's good to get you in front of the camera for a change as opposed to always behind the camera. But we definitely appreciate what you do for Big Show Entertainment Network as the director of Big Show Q Branch. And folks, we'll have more after the movie. You'll get my lightning reaction on Ready Player One, and that will go up on Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show Facebook page. And then you'll get my written review tomorrow on Super Dave Reigns and the Big Show Facebook page. So for Chase, Rio, and Mr. White and his team here at the Cinemark IMAX here in Colorado Springs, I'm Super Dave Reigns, and until next time, on the love.